Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. I'm here in San Jose today, where at 9 o'clock, when I started to walk over here, it was raining. Is that normal? It was drizzling a little bit. It has been raining? It hasn't been raining. Okay. So I'm from Southern California, Los Angeles, for us. It doesn't rain that often. And for some reason, in Los Angeles, around Rosemead, where our temple is, whenever it rains, it's usually not during the Dharma assembly times, meaning that we don't have any activities at the temple that's open to the public. That's when it rains. But when there's a Dharma assembly or these events like this, then it's dry, or it would stop raining way before that. So that, because in Southern California, when it rains, it's very drastic. We are frightened. We don't dare drive. So no one drives when it rains down there. Well, up here, it's okay for you to drive in the rain, right? I noticed some of you have been driving from quite a ways as well to come to San Jose, where we are. Okay, so thank you for coming. Today we have a lot of young people who I understand were forced to come here because there's no babysitters available, I think. More or less is the case. Huh? But I look at you and I remember when I was growing up in Vietnam in my times, that's a long, long time ago, you will. It was a country at war. So when you live in a country at war, what is the rule of thumb? What do? Anyone remembers? Survive, exactly. You find a way to survive, okay? And the adults, when you're kids, you find a way to survive, and the adults, you find a way to make ends meet. Because at war, when the country's at war, it's very tough to make a living, and it's very unsafe. But luckily for me, in Asian culture, our parents, my parents, from a previous generation, they put a lot of emphasis on education. Okay, so we kids are supposed to get real good grades. That's the only jobs we have. And I don't know what's the case nowadays for Asian families. I mean, like Asian families are known, the kids are known to excel at schools, yes? That's our trademark, if you will. But in my times, when I was growing up, it's a matter of family pride, where when you go to school, I was lucky I went to French high school, like the four of us, the four boys in the family, first four boys in the family, I'm the third. We're still all alive. The first four boys in the family, we went to school, and we excel at school, except for the fourth one, okay? It would be, be ranked as number one or number two, number three in the classes and overall, or particular classes and so forth. And so it's a matter of pride for Asian families, because the parents pride themselves on the kids doing well in school. And at the end of the year, we would have prizes where the first and second and third prizes for the better performing students. So we really applied ourselves. Unlike you nowadays, We went to school for until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then we would go to tutoring classes, which is still the case in Korea. I don't know, you go to tutoring classes here at all in the U.S.? Do you? Of course. Some people do. It's like everyone in my French high school classes, like virtually everyone would go to tutoring classes because that's the only way to keep up with the competition. So it's the case too in Korea, right? One teksunim, like when you go to high school in Korea, in Korea, they go to class at 6 in the morning, right? I saw a documentary, 5, 6 in the morning, you get up at 5, and you get ready, and then by 6 o'clock, you're supposed to be at school. If you're not at school by 6 o'clock, you're considered late, okay? And then you're done by 3, and you rush to the tutoring classes, and you stay there until like 9 o'clock sometimes, right? Just to keep up. That's how tough the competition is. What's the case in China? Is that the case too? Huh? Almost the same. In Asia, it's like that. We in the U.S., we take it easy. That's why we're falling behind. So anyway, so it's interesting that in order to go to the good colleges and good schools, you need to do well. You need to get good grades, and that's the jobs. But so we really did a lot of cramming, a lot of studying. But the one thing that I wish that we were taught was, you never guess it, Chan meditation. Why is that? Because all the classes I spent the time learning, I forgot them all. Seriously, I don't remember any of it, okay? Geography, oh, I hated geography. Do you like geography? Anyone like geography? Oh, it's so dry, so boring. History, how about history? Oh, God, yuck, okay. Mathematics, lots of girls here today. I'm sure that the girls really excel in mathematics, yes? Oh, no. Yeah, you want, it's not just forget, you want to not remember. There's a difference between forgetting and not wanting to remember. So, but I really wish back then that we would be trained to do meditation, because at year end on the 12th grade, we have to pass this final examination where we get assigned a grade. Like in China too, I imagine. Yes? Okay. In Korea too? 12th grade, the final class in high school, where you need to pass some sort of final examination that the whole country has to take. And then you given a grade, and that grade determines your future, basically, what kind of schools you can get into. Is that tough? Yes? It's a system, right? Not here. Here, we are so much more lenient. That's how we produce geniuses, not just bright students. But anyway, so we were all had to cram, otherwise you won't make it. You cram and cram day and night, for months, for a month and a half, 2 months. And I remember, cramming day and night, and at some point in time, your head is so full, you're so tired, you're so sleepy, couldn't remember anymore, couldn't cram anymore. And I would cross my legs and empty my mind. And my technique back then was from the French people, because our French went to a French high school. So my French teacher taught me, alluded to how he would meditate. He says he would sit down, and he didn't mention anything about the legs, but being Asian, I remember, you go to martial arts. The Asians do that, right? You send your kids to martial arts or not? Wow, what's the matter with you? We Asians all know martial arts. Kung Fu. Vô Vietnam, yeah, me too. Yeah. Vô Vietnam is a Vietnamese martial arts. They're known for their stances, yes? No, not more than stances. Striking, kick, high kicks, yes. So anyway, so we, where were we? How do we get into martial arts? Huh? What does it have to do with martial arts? What are you talking about? You're nuts. Kung Fu. Yeah. Kung Fu, yes, thank you. So, being Asian, we all know that you're supposed to sit in on your legs. Not like that. That's wrong, right? The Japanese, think Japanese. The Japanese, they all sit on their legs, right? Martial arts too, we sit on our legs. I went to a Korean martial art, Kuksu, you know that? You Korean don't even know Kuksu? Oh, good Lord. You guys really are so limited. It's like you just, know, your house and the school and that's it? Oh, good Lord. So you sit like the karate people or judo people in the dojos, they sit on their legs like this. They bend their legs and sit on like this. Okay? So that's what I did. You sit on that. And then for meditation, what do? What did I do? My French teacher said, he says, repeat this. I'm thinking of nothing. I'm thinking of nothing. You know what it means? It's self-defeating because you're thinking of something already. You're thinking of that phrase, and that's meditation. But amazingly, it helped. It really helped clear the head a little bit. It's still better than nothing. When your head is full, you need to continue to cram. A little bit, any little bit helped. Okay? So I really wish, looking back, I wish that I was taught Chan, so that in Chan, you can wipe your head clean, clear your head just like that. Okay? And when you're tired, Chan skills will enable you to re-energize, like the supercharger, if you will, of the EVs. EVs nowadays, you go to the supercharging station, and whatever normally takes in your garage 8 hours to charge a car. Tesla 3. I understand some of you have a Tesla 3. Oh, good Lord, why would you do that? You can charge it in, let's say, half an hour, okay? In Chan meditation, you can charge yourself just like that. If you have the skills, your battery is empty, boom, within very quickly, we're talking about minutes, seconds, if you will. You can recharge that quickly, okay? And not only can you do that, because you will find yourself the rest of your lives where you're so drained, you're so tired. And what Chan skill does is so critical, so fundamental in a person's life. It's basic skill, essential skill, if you will. Okay? Essential service, if you will. If you have the skill, then you can provide essential service, like our nurses and doctors right now, and firemen and policemen as well, National Guards at the Capitol building. What is the essential skill? The skill to recover. Where can you go to learn how to recover when you're in trouble? You guys learn only offense. You don't learn how to play defense. Think about it. We learn how to build bridges. We learn how to cut up people. We learn how to dispense marijuana pills. No, drugs. No, I mean not drugs. Medicine. Excuse me. Too early in the morning. Okay? You're good kids. You don't find it funny at all. I'm testing you. You passed the test, by the way. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. I mean, do what I say. Anyway, so you, our education is so skewed towards building, towards hoarding, towards success. But we never trained on how to recover from our failures, from our mistakes. Okay? Agree, disagree? Okay? And that's what Chan meditation does. Chan meditation enables you to build the skills, acquire the skills, develop the skills, acquire the knowledge to be able to recover quickly when you are in trouble. Okay? You go to work, you go to school. Who doesn't get tired? See? You don't get tired. Oh, this woman is. You get tired before you go to work. You wake up 5 minutes later, you get tired already. You say, oh my God, here we go again, you know. And you go, especially you, young lady, you go to eventually go to work at a hospital. The sick patients, you see, they're sick because they have very low chi. They are low energy level. Okay? And when that happens, you go near these people who use your brains a lot, think a lot at work. Okay? Your husbands, your wives, they need to use the brains to work. They come home, they're drained, yes? They're so tired. So the energy level is lower, and your energy level is higher because you've been watching TV, you housewives, I mean. You've been watching TV and relaxing and sunbathing and so forth, yes? Don't nod your head. Okay? So your energy level is like this, your husband or your wife's level is like this. When you get close, it will level up because you're draining. That person is draining you, so it takes energy from you. That's life. Okay? And so my point here is when you go near the sick people, the people who are weaker or tired, they drain your energy, okay? And that's what happens to you. You only can recover by stealing from others, taking from others. That's all. So in Chan meditation, you know how to do Chan meditation. You can recover by yourself so that you don't have to take energy or chi away from your family, friends, and loved ones. Okay, and not only that, if you're good enough, you can also give chi to those people who need it. Okay, because when you do that, you deplete your chi, but you can recover very quickly yourself. Whereas they would need to have a glass of wine, What do you do again? I forgot. Huh? Eat? Yes? Hmm? What do you do to recover? Listen to music, absolutely. Rap music for you, right? Okay? Play video games, yes? Whatever, you need to do something. Because when you do that in order to forget, yes, to shift your mind from running, spinning your wheels into relaxing, okay? And if in contrast, if you're able to meditate, you can recover very quickly. And again, later, let me share you the story of my life, a little bit more of it. Later, I became, I went to management, top management, and you work 70 hours a week, 80 hours a week, okay, 7 days a week, nonstop, because you don't worry who's going to take care of the company for you. And to the point where I would drain myself. I didn't know what to do, couldn't know what to do to recover. So what did I do? I signed up for gym membership because I knew I couldn't keep it up. I couldn't keep up with that. So I signed up for gym membership. So, driving back and forth is half an hour to an hour. And then you go to the gym, you exercise, okay, and so forth, and you come back and you rejuvenate it a little bit. And again, it works, but it's not as efficient. If I knew how to do Chan meditation, and you recover a lot quicker. Again, the supercharger concept. Okay, so young people, I really urge you, in conclusion, to hone your Chan skills, because to me, it's an essential skill for life. Questions, comments? Yes, yellow, white from Los Angeles. Weimang Temple, we can't hear you. Forgive, I beg you for your forgiveness. We're still working out our technical kinks. Every time you get a session like this, you still have audio and video technical difficulties. And I wish you guys would test this out before we do this. We give you a few minutes where people walk around and you don't even get ready. It's so unprofessional.
Yeah, Way Mountain, you can go ahead. We don't hear you.
How come that when we broadcast from Way Mountain Temple, it's no problem? I come here. It's always a problem here. Why is that? You know what? We can have an early lunch. How's that? This is much more interesting than sitting here and... Huh? Anyone has a joke? Keep tapping on the phone and Way Mountain Temple because keep tapping because otherwise they wouldn't know. You can buy equipment, but you can't buy competent people. So anyway, while you're working on it, anyone has any questions or comments about it? No YouTube, no nothing? And let's go back to meditation. How's that? Don't look at me. I have no problems. I can sit here forever. My legs are not even hurting. Yours are hurting. Mine are not. Yes, question. Wow. Tea to the rescue. Yes, green. Can we do green?
Can I ask a personal question, Master?
Depends on which one. But
You were mentioning you were like in top management, right? Working a lot of hours. So I assume like you're at that level, you have a lot of power, you oversee a lot of people, a lot of responsibility, you make lots of money. So how do you walk away from all that? I can imagine it's really hard.
I wasn't a very good one. Easy. If I were that successful, I wouldn't be here, trust me. I'd be haughty and look at you half an eye. And I think, I can buy you. I can own you. So it's interesting because the first half of my life is a lot of failures, strings of failures after failures after failures. And, but it never really bothered me. I was growing up in Vietnam, and one of my first goals, believe it or not, in my class is that we have a lot of bright and successful people. One of my first goals in life when I was a teenager was I wanted to learn how to be a successful business person so that I would go abroad, learn how to run a business, and then come back to Vietnam and help Vietnam rebuild because Vietnam was at war. So I have this aspiration, this ideal of going to learn or go to business school and learn how to run companies and how to do the economies and come back and rebuild my country, help rebuild my country. So excuse me. So that very early on, I had that aspiration already. And just like most of us, didn't know what to do. Just kept on searching and trying this and trying that. But if I had, and I wasn't the only one. I'm sure a lot of kids in my generation have this similar aspirations, and because you see so much suffering around you. Okay, it bothers me deeply inside. Okay, and so luckily I went through the proper training, and I went through a few doors were open for me, but my communication skills were not good enough. This is a problem with Asian cultures, I feel, in my generation, where we learn technical things, but we never learn how to communicate with each other. On top of it, I am bipolar, extreme bipolar. So it's not a good thing. So bipolar meaning that I quit, okay, on people. When it's not to my satisfaction, I quit, okay? And that's depression. Depressed people quit. You cannot depend on depressed people. And then manic side is that you blame others on your failures, okay? So it's a very bad combination for lack of training, lack of preparation, lack of guidance. But I was given a lot of opportunities, and so if you will, I learned a lot more from my own failures than successes. Because successes were very few, and failures were many. Still can't figure it out? I can't believe this. But it's just like, and it's a funny way. I'm glad you asked the question. It's a funny way, young people, is in that you will find too in your life that we learn a lot more from our failures and our successes. Because once you're successful, you think you know it all. And you take things for granted, okay? You take people for granted. Whereas when you fail, it bothers you, and you think about it, and you say, you have to keep on thinking about it, and it comes back and haunts you, and that's a form of meditation, by the way. When you meditate, these thoughts come back in your brains, right? And your things that you're unhappy about, they come back when you meditate, okay? More often than the things that make you happy, yes or no? Huh? Life is so stressful. I don't care who you are. You can be rich, you can be smart, you can be well educated, but you yourself, will also find that you have more failures than success in life. You find out, young lady. Yeah. So life in our world, in the Saha world, where we are, and the Buddha called this world, his Buddha land, the Saha world. Okay, the world Saha means can endure. Okay, a Sanskrit term that means khandran, meaning that it's bearable, and we can endure it because we can endure the suffering here. Life here in our world, like it or not, is suffering. And as we grow up, we go through lives, we learn to endure our suffering. And a lot of our suffering comes from repeated failures. Okay? I was married. I got divorced, so I failed in my marriage. Okay? I quit on my wife, my ex-wife. Okay? So quit on my jobs, quit on my bosses, okay? Felt they were not good enough. I went to my master's temples, and my Dharma brothers, the more senior monks who've been doing it for 30, 40 years, I look at them and say, I'm unimpressed. So I quit on them. So you keep on failing. And, and thinking back, like I remember in high school where I learned a story about Caesars. Remember Caesars? He's number 2 in Rome, and he head of the army. So he was sent to conquer the barbarians somewhere. He made the important phrase, Veni, Vidi, and Vici. Okay, Veni is I came. Vidi is I saw. And VC is Viet Cong. Only one guys remember. VC is I conquered, I defeated. He's that proud of a man. I came, I took a look, I beat them all. Very haughty, arrogant guy, right? And he conquered the barbarians, and they said, "Oh, General, you are whatever his name's, with his title is, General. You're so wonderful. You must be so proud yourself." Okay, and he says, "No, I'm not. Why not?" He says, "Because I'm only second at Rome. I'd rather be number 1 here among barbarians than number 2 at Rome." Okay. So this guy is so arrogant. And I was that way too, in the sense that after I left my master's temples, I realized if I knew how brilliant his disciples were. Okay? I would have stayed. Okay? Because in Chan meditation, no one really taught me how to do Chan meditation properly. What is Chan meditation? Is you practice under a good teacher, okay? Until the good teacher runs out of things to teach you, then you move on. If you don't do that, okay, you will not be able to find your way, folks. Okay? It's not something you can figure out yourself. It's not. Chan meditation is best learned by following someone who knows how to get there. Until that person runs out of things to teach you, then you move on. That's what our Buddha did. Shakmina Buddha. As soon he renounced his throne, his crown prince throne, he went to the best teachers in India to learn from them, and stayed with one that's about 7th samadhi, okay, which is very high, okay. And he stayed with that person for 1 or 2 years or 3 years maybe, and then he realized. Some days he realized he knew at least as much as his teacher, so he moved on to a better one, the more famous one, okay, which is 8th Samadhi. And he stayed there as well for a while, and then he realized he knew more than his teacher. How do you know that you know more than your teacher? It's going to happen. You monks and nuns, you find out how you will know more than I one day. Okay? I hope it happens very quickly. I'm running old. I don't have much time left. Okay? So wait for you. Okay? How do you know? Because you too, we find out, Chung Yin Sunim, he's sleeping. Look at in this environment, here's what's going to happen. People will come to the temple and they have a problem. Okay? And the master happens to be sleeping, busy. Okay? So he's not around. So we say, so Chung Yin Sunim, the Korean monk here says, hello, how are you? What can we do for you? And he said, is the master available? Chung Yin knows better. If master is not around, say, no, master has an engagement right now. Okay? So then, what can we do for you? And this person will tell you about the problems. Right? And then Chung Yin says, I think I know how to fix this problem. Okay? But he would say nothing. And then this person will get to talk to me, and then I will offer him my solution. And pretty soon, Chung Yin realizes his solution, his approach is better than mine. That's how you know that your teacher doesn't have much left to teach you. That's reality. No one can avoid that. Okay? So that's why it's in Chan. You want to learn meditation, I strongly urge you to go look for a good teacher, okay, and apply yourself. And you know a good teacher is when you improving, okay. Chan meditation, by the way, okay, is about helping you improve. Doesn't matter who you are, at all levels, okay. Chan can handle from very low level to very high level, okay. And you cannot tell yet because you look around you, you see that we have that kind of range where low level, look at yourself in the mirror, and high level, okay, look around. So you see that in that kind of environment, you see people have different skill levels, meaning that Chan, the real Chan training does not discriminate. As long as you are able to learn and apply your efforts, you will be trained, you will be taught. Okay? We won't waste your time. So that's why it's best, you better off, if you want to learn Chan, is to go to a place and learn from the people, and you look around and you see people are better than you. Better than you in what sense? They look calmer than you. Chan, unlike the other disciplines, the other spiritual practices, authentic Chan, we don't try to impress you. We don't do tricks, show tricks to impress you. Chan is about concentration power, and when you have concentration, you are calmer. You cannot fake that. Okay, when I first started Chan, I used to beat on the table. And then YongHua, that man's wife, would startle people. I used to love to do that when I was younger, 15 years ago when I started. I would beat on people like a table like that, and bang! And people, I would chuckle when I see people, especially girls. They would be startled, and that shows that you have no samadhi power. You're so easily scared, easily startled. Whereas, If you have concentration, samadhi power, then it's very hard to move you. It's very hard to move your mind. Okay, and it gets as you improve your concentration power. Okay, you're a lot calm, more balanced and calmer, so that other people's afflictions cannot have any negative impact on you. That's very important. Because when you're calmer like this, okay, you're actually helping people around you become calmer themselves. Okay? Still can't fix the problem? That mixer in WMT has been working for the last few years, especially the last several weeks during the Chanti. You cannot tell me it stops functioning now. I would be willing to bet $2 it's human error. YouTube has a question.
Elta D asks, when I make music and if they are drained, will that take my energy away even if I am not near them? If they listen to my music, will they drain my energy?
Let me give you an example. I know a few old people. When you reach a golden age, like that, okay? Many of the people here would be sent to to retirement homes. You know? Retirement homes in this country? Retirement homes, where you have a building, an apartment complex, or a group of units where the retirees would gather, would live together, okay, in numbers, and so I knew of some older people who went to retirement homes, and this country is very nice. In retirement homes, they pay low rent and they feel safer and have some friends and who can spend a lot of time with them. And I noticed for these people who would go to the retirement homes, they die quicker. Okay, the health, the mental health, and the physical health deteriorated a lot quicker than at home, the family homes, because these older people, they are in these retirement colonies. They are weaker, they're sick. So when you go near these people, they will drain you. So that's the answer. Okay, meaning that when you go near sick people or weak people, they will suck your energy from you. It's a natural draining of energy. Okay, and unless you have the Chan skills, you cannot stop that. People with Chan skills can stop that. Okay, I don't mean to brag, but you cannot do that to me. That's bragging. When you say I don't mean to brag, I'm bragging. Okay, so that's what happens when you go near people who are weaker, who are sick, who are tired. You will be drained. That's the way it is. And And when you are sick and you're tired, you don't want to go near the people others, because you will drain them. So you're better off recovering first before you go near your loved ones. That's what I would recommend. And this is why the theme of today is that with Chan skills is essential, because with the Chan skills you can recover a lot quicker, so that you don't drain your family and your loved ones when you go near them. Okay, that's so critical that people don't realize it. All right, YouTube still has a question.
Yes, Cordelia asks, how does one give chi to someone else?
It happens naturally. You don't have to do anything. You have to go near. It's just like you take two glasses, okay? One empty, one full, next to each other like this. You connect them. Then the water from a full glass will naturally flow to the empty glass until they equal. See that? It's physical. There's no magic behind it. Same thing. If you have more chi than the person next to you, near you, there's that kind of effect where the chi will flow from you to the other person. Or if the other person has higher level of chi from you, then it flows from that person to you. It equalizes it so that you both are at the same chi level eventually. Okay, so here in Silicon Valley, when you go to work and you do engineering work, you're burning a lot of chi. Okay. And you go home, you suck up cheese from everyone around you, your children, your wives, your friends, your parents. You suck it up. It's a natural thing, okay? So that's what happens in terms of this lady here who asked the question. She's goes to work in a hospital. And she goes, and the first person she sees will be drained by her. Okay, that's the way it is. Unless you acquire the skills to stop it, you can't stop it. Okay. On the other hand, the opposite is true. If you have the skills, you can also charge up the other person a lot faster than the natural flow. Okay. I remember there was a first stage arhat when I was a novice at my master's temple. A Cambodian first stage arhat. He's 108 years old back then, confined to a wheelchair. So I was pushing him from the guest house in City 10,000 Buddhas to the Buddha hall. Because he was supposed to teach Hinayana meditation. His style is Hinayana meditation, okay? And so I was pushing him, and he's half asleep, he was like this. So I said, let's help him a little bit. How stupid, in a stupid way. So I helped him a little bit. So I transferred my chi to him. Boom, okay? I said, he's sleeping, so he won't make it. He can't stay awake. He has to speak Dharma. So I gave him a little of my chi. I gave him my chi. I gave everything I have. I gave it to him. Okay? And as soon as I did that, he woke up. He was like this. He was like this. And then I gave my chi to him. He woke up like this. Okay? And then he became alert, alive. He went to Buddha hall, a few minutes away, okay, and he started talking Dharma. In 2 minutes, it's gone. You go, so how much chi I had? Okay. But imagine you have a lot more chi. Okay? It would make a big difference. YouTube question.
Daniel asks, if I see a person and become happy, am I draining energy from the person? Can I drain energy from a person who is also tired?
For Daniel, to drain energy from someone who's tired is impossible. Daniel has so much to give. Okay? I'm kidding, of course. But yes, it's if you just pay attention. If someone you go near someone, the person becomes less energized and so forth, and you know you're draining them. Whereas you go near someone and they perk up, then you know you're losing energy. That's the way it is. Okay, and that's life in a big city. You just become more aware of it. That's all, and that's why, to me, it's an act of love, because you have the skills. You go near someone you care for, on that, and you aware of the energy transfers. Then, whether it's your patient, whether it's your spouse, okay. You can transfer energy to those people by choice. Okay, and with Chan meditation, you can easily do that, and you can do that more arbitrarily, more carelessly, because you can eventually acquire the skills to recharge very quickly. Right? All right. In general, yes, there's a question. Red.
I just like to share a very quick incident. A few days ago, Jared was playing, and then when it's come to eat, he ate a few bites, and suddenly he said that he's so tired to the point he almost fainted. So my aunt took him to the bed, and then she massaged him. And the first time she realized that the energy just went from the tip of her finger, go into his body so quick. And within a few minutes, he recovered, but she felt that aware that she was so tired. And she realized that's how the energy get drained from the tip of the finger.
Very good. Did you hear that? Okay. Don't massage people unless you want to lose energy. That's the moral of the story. Yeah. I used to massage my ex-wife. It didn't work. She fell asleep. Yeah, but somehow my energy put her to sleep. Probably took her energy. Yes, absolutely. Actually, the energy transfers by proximity. Okay? When you go near a person, it has an equalizing effect. Just being near. Because energy is energy field. And that's why you go to a place, when you meditate, it makes a huge difference. Because you go to a place like this temple here, I don't want to brag, which I'm bragging. You have so many people better than you, I assure you. So their energy naturally flows to you and feel and perks you up. Yes.
Energy is it's kind of like a magnetic field. It's at least a square of distance, or even more, like a power law of distance. When I was in near the Shariras last week, I felt it was so much stronger, even just a few feet closer to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a like magnetic field, okay? The energies, we are magnetic creatures, by the way, okay? We radiate energy, okay, like magnetic fields. So the closer you are, the stronger the transfer of energy, okay? And in particular, if you touch them, okay, then the transfer is even faster, much stronger. All right? You too.
Jane asks, can you suck chi or exchange chi from an online meeting?
Online meeting? Absolutely. But I'm not going to teach you how. That's a paying section. Yes, it's possible. Absolutely. How does it happen? Remember, it's proximity, right? Proximity meaning you're close enough. Because of an energy field, there's a transfer of energy. Yeah, right? Huh, boy? Huh? Yeah, yeah. There you go. You start first going this, and then you nod your head. Okay? And you find out that if the energy is strong enough, your energy field is strong enough, it transfers through the internet as well. So, for example, I was asked to join an internet class, to sit with the internet class from one of my students, and these people in Germany, and none of them were there physically there, just all these people on the internet. Some of them reported that they sat better and they felt much easier to concentrate. So the energy really can transfer through the fairly quite a ways as well, through the internet. Okay, there's a pipeline, if you will. Okay, albeit it's not as powerful as the proximity, but it's still a transfer as well. All right. Well, time is up. Shall we go have lunch? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. See you next time.